Hey y'all, Patrick here with Vetted. Thank you guys so much for clicking on the video. Let's just jump right in, right? This video is about timelines and keeping people accountable to the timelines they set for us. Now, some people, you'll see as the clips we go through, some of them don't have exact dates, but they've made claims they're going to do something or release something, and, just want to make sure we keep them accountable for that. Now, there could be very good reasons for why these things don't come out, and y'all can tell me in the comments what you think, and we'll go through that as we go through. So I got quite a few clips we're going to go through. I'll show you real quick just so you know. We're going to be taking a look at this tweet from Luis Elizondo. We're going to be taking a clip at the Yes Theory documentary from David Grusch. We got this clip from John Ramirez. He's an ex-CIA radar analyst. Got Ross Coulthart at the Victorian State Library. And then we've got another clip from Luis Elizondo from one of my videos from last year on my other YouTube channel, Lone Star Plate. I've talked about this clip many times. We've got Jeremy Corbell on Theories of Everything. And another one. Jeremy Corbell, Theories of Everything. Same interview, but two different parts. And then we've got this guy, John D'Souza, ex-FBI. So let's jump in. All right, guys, let's start with Luis Elizondo. That's why I wanted to do this. It all started with this tweet that he put out. Howdy, folks. Just a quick update. For you to consider, please know that ongoing efforts are underway that will reveal themselves by early to mid-2024 at the risk of haters trying to sabotage our efforts. I can't be precise at this time. Okay, but if you've learned anything over the last 5 years, I never make empty promises. Trust me, this will be worth it. Special thanks to Chris Mellon and Jay Stratton. So I never make empty promises. Well, we'll get to that in a moment. So anyway, again, put down in the comments if you know other timelines or other claims people have made about certain things going to happen at certain times. We should keep track of this stuff and hold these people accountable to this stuff, because I feel like it just gets thrown out and then just, goes down the gutter and we never hear from it again. And it's hard to keep track of everything, right? So maybe we can use this video as something to look back on. All right, let's go to the next one. This is David Grusch. And by the way, again, I'm a big fan of David Grusch in the sense that, I don't believe or not believe him, right? I'm neutral in all this stuff. It's just if you say something and then it happens, great, right? Same with Luis Elizondo. If this comes about, great, awesome. Nothing against anybody. There was a tweet or a comment made today on Reddit post that I made from Tiny Klaus. I don't know if y'all know who he is, saying that I like to make anti-disclosure videos. What are we talking about here? Again, someone who doesn't watch the videos, sees the title, and just makes comments with no claims, right? Ask questions, no claims. Allowed to ask questions, right? Clearly, I don't make anti-disclosure videos. I want disclosure just like everybody else. Just want real disclosure. Want the truth, whatever that may be. So anyway, but someone in the Reddit comments stuck up. So shout out to Brandon, a.k.a. Fart Knocker. Yes, that's his Reddit name. I don't judge those names. Everyone's got a, online persona name, and it is what it is. All right, let's jump to this clip of David Grusch real quick.
What does the future look like? I mean, it seems like all we can do is research right now.
Yeah, what is happening next is I know there's some intel officers and other people in and out of government that are about to file complaints similar to what I did, because they said, fuck it, and then they were on these programs, like firsthand dudes, not people telling me stuff, like literally the dudes touching the stuff. February of 2024, we should have a presidential panel on UAP disclosure looking at the crash retrieval issue and everything. And then within 300 days of the enactment of the act, we're going to get some kind of, I think, government statement next year on this topic. The tsunami wave is building, and I don't think we're going to totally backpedal anymore. Other than that, it would be totally speculation, but that's at least what's going to come. I think 2024 is going to be, knock on wood, potentially wild in a good way. So, yeah.
Do you think this is going to make countries and
So interesting, right? 2024, that seems to be a year. And look, there is stuff building, so, we'll see, right? I think if 2024 passes and we get into 2025, people are going to be upset. But again, they could push it down the road again, and everyone's just going to be right there salivating, waiting for it. I make these videos really for me, but also for everyone that watches that, again, wants the truth and is tired of just being tossed around and manipulated and played with, right? Their emotions, their feelings, their experiences. And we just want, the truth, right? So, and people should have to explain if they don't come about with that, or just don't say times. Don't say anything then, right? Don't just give an answer to give an answer. So anyway, David Grusch said two statements there, right? That people are going to start whistleblowing, and we've heard that a lot. So I guess we'll see, right? We're all going to hold our breath, and hopefully that does happen. And if it does, great, right? Great. But if it doesn't, what the hell, right? And then the presidential thing, right? That's the UAP Disclosure Act that Chuck Schumer, and there's still a lot to come out with that. We don't even know if that's going to happen. We won't know till really it gets signed at the end of December. That's the truth. All right. And you can look that up and find more information. That's not what this video is about. Let's go to the next one. This is John Ramirez, ex-CIA radar analyst.
Previous decades, and this show up, there will be mass panic. But if you understand that these are real, and we have 5 years from 2022, or maybe now 4 years, if they come in 2027, for the U.S. government to prepare the people about what is up there. And in many ways, I think the word got out within the government that they're showing up in 2027, and we better be prepared. And if not, there's going to be a lot of explaining to do. And so I think that dialogue has happened with previous decades.
So 2027. Now, interestingly enough, I thought they were already here. They've been here, right? You hear so many things about they're here, they're from the future, they're from other dimensions, they live in the oceans, they're coming in 2027. Which is it? Is it all of it? It's just crazy. I found this. If you go down in the comments, there's this other video that's quite hilarious. So let's look at this.
That they're showing up in 2027, and there will be mass panic.
It's about there's an entity out there. There's some kind of non-human intelligence that's living with us on this fucking planet. I'm sorry.
So that's Jim Semivan, ex-CIA as well, saying they're living with us on this planet, right? You've heard Robert Bigelow say he told James Fox on you could look at a Concrete podcast where he tells Danny Jones, I think that's the guy's name, that Robert Bigelow told him that they walk among us. They're already here. So I don't know. More people are coming in 2027. Again, it's always down the road. So this is interesting because this is Ross Coulthart at the Victorian State Library, August 12th, 2023. He's in an audience Q&A, and he's going to talk about David Grusch in the News Nation interview and how there's more to come of that interview. This was back in August, okay? We're in October.
There are things that David's expanded upon in the interview that I'm saving for later, which are even more mind-blowing than we've put to air so far. And we're just saving the good bits for last.
Saving the good bits for last. Why? When is that coming out? Later? What does that mean? I don't know. Anyway, again, nothing against Ross. I'm sure he's a great guy. But we got to keep on him about this, right? The months pass, and where's that stuff? One thing I do want to say real fast is I want to stay neutral. I don't want to be friends with any of these people You know, I don't want to get to know them. I want to remain neutral, because I think a lot of them become very friendly, and then it becomes hard to, you know, say anything. And this, I just want to stay out of it. I just want to be able to report on this stuff and tell y'all what's going on. I don't want anything to affect sort of my credibility or integrity. And I got enough friends. I don't need many, right? I got real friends. I don't need to get close and become friends. And you hear that a lot from these podcasters, you know, happy to call them a friend. I'm not looking for friends in this, you know, just saying, you know. And I've got something from Ross, a part of this interview that we're going to come back to at the end that talks a little bit more about that. But let's go on to the next one here. This is, well, you can see right here. This is part of my conversation with a high-value source about Luis Elizondo. I did alter his voice to maintain anonymity because he did not want me to say who he is. Because in his words, it's not in this. It's like a whole conversation. He didn't want the nuts of the UFO world to come after him. All right. So anyway. June 16th last year, I was told this.
Going to be promoting a book, and another top secret project we're involved in. And anybody who's a part of anything video is going to completely eat their words within the next 90 days.
So, I'm going to be promoting a book that was supposed to come out in September last year, and this top secret project they were involved in. Now, top secret doesn't necessarily mean from the government, just something that they're working on, and that everyone was going to eat their words in the next 90 days. And, of course, we're well past 90 days. It's, you know, a year and a few months. So, again, you know, going back to Ross's or Lou's thing, I never make empty promises. Yeah, you do. At least the people that represent you do. And I cannot believe you wouldn't know that they're saying this stuff, Lou. You know, if you're watching this or whoever, right? Like, but again, nothing against it. It is what it is. Just tell us why. Why didn't that happen? Right? So, okay, next, this is Jeremy Corbell. Again, I'm going to put links to all this so you can check it out for yourself. Now, people are saying that top secret project is more than likely his own documentary. And if you look at the video that I made yesterday, Ron James on the Julian Dory podcast mentions that they've got this, you know, once and for all, the documentary to rule them all that Luis Elizondo is working on. So maybe it's that. I don't know. All right, let's go to Jeremy Corbell and so I want to do this one first. This is about a director's cut of the Bob Lazar film. Now, this is from November 16th, 2020, y'all. So almost 3 years ago.
How long is this director's cut? Is it ever coming out?
I don't know. I think I'll put it out in sections. So the Bob Lazar, Area 51 and Flying Saucers, that's the name of the Netflix film. You know, imagine there's thousands of hours of footage with Bob that I have surrounding him, his life, his entire family, all the other investigations that I've done surrounding Bob's story. The movie is an hour and a half.
Thousands of hours. I think he misspoke there. I don't think he understands how many hours that is, right? Thousands of hours. So not 1,000. It would have to be minimum 2,000, right? But again, I think he just misspoke. Probably meant hundreds of hours. Probably just has a lot of footage, right? And he said he's going to release it in chunks. So if you go to Jeremy Corbell's YouTube page, you can see some extra footage, but nothing like what he's talking about here,
So what I've been doing is on my Netflix or my YouTube channel, I've been putting out extended bonus scenes or deleted scenes, I'm calling them. And so that's so that people get
There's only a few, y'all.
to see these longer interviews with Bob.
Yeah, okay. Now, just to get into some nitty gritty, I'm curious as a filmmaker.
Okay, so they go on to talk about his Netflix contract and how he's able to use footage and all that stuff. This is about other projects that Jeremy Corbell is working on. So, you know, again, November 16th, 2023, years ago.
IMDb credits here for you. Apparently, you're still working on them. So there's Extraordinary Beliefs. It says it's a TV series or filming. Immaculate Deception filming. Indelible filming. Truth Embargo filming. Storm Area 51 filming. And then post-production on Looking Up and Moonwalker. Is that true? Or are you just pretty much working on some other project that's not
and
here?
I think people are going to be really upset if they try to put me on a timeline. I'm one person.
We're not upset, Jeremy. It's just, and I like Jeremy Corbell. I honestly have nothing against the guy. Really, I don't. We all say we're going to do things and then don't do them. You know what I mean? It happens. I've been saying I'm going to wash my car for weeks. I haven't done it. But this is a lot of projects and nothing comes out. What he did come out with is his podcast. So maybe it got pushed into that. I don't know. But none of these projects have come out. None of them. Right? So I don't know. I'm just saying. Right? Gets people excited. He's going to do all this stuff. And then nothing comes of it.
Yeah, I'm filming on all of those. Some of them I think are probably finished filming and, you know, depending
Finished filming. This is November 16th, 2020.
on where I put my effort next, you know, I'll come out with that film. For example, Immaculate Deception. I filmed, as I said, for 7 or 8 years with John Lear. That's that movie. I could make that movie right now. I could cut that movie. It's not the time for it. It's not the time for that movie. So
What does that mean? It's not the time for that movie.
all of those are projects of mine that are in the phase where they can start being edited, but I don't know what I'm coming out with next. I haven't chosen.
How do you decide
He hasn't released anything.
when the time is right to release a particular film?
Right. So for Hunt for the Skinwalker, which was my second big film, came out on Hulu, I knew it was time for that film to come out, because if you watch the beginning of that film, we announce that there's about to be a paradigm shift about UFOs in the public.
So he's trying to time it, right, and sort of control disclosure in some way. I don't know. What do y'all think about that? Does that matter? And again, I'm going to put, links to all this so you can watch it yourself and figure out what you want. You can actually go down here to the timestamp. Look, Kurt is amazing. Okay, give it to Kurt, man. He really is amazing. He really breaks down all of this here, and you can find those timestamps yourself. Look right here, Jeremy's next project, the unreleased, much longer director's cut of the Bob Lazar film, all of that. So it's so easy to find these parts that he's talking about this stuff. And it's a great interview. Again, Kurt's a great interviewer. He's smart. He's curious. And I think that's important to remember. Real quick, before we go to the last one with... Actually, let's watch that, and then I'll show this real quick. I got something with Jeremy Corbell, which is interesting. So this guy, John D'Souza, FBI, is on Redacted. I don't know. What do y'all think of that channel? It's interesting. Not really sold on it.
Ultimately, and I'll tell you the next step, it's a little difficult to hear, but the next
So this is March 19th, 2023. All right.
step, because they need to keep building up the fear of these UAPs. Next step is really for the UAPs to start shooting down our commercial airliners and our military jets from the skies. And that, I believe, is going to be happening very, very soon.
Very soon. So he doesn't give a date, just says very soon. You always hear that. Very soon. We don't know what soon means, right? The whistleblowers, the first-hand whistle, they're coming out very soon, guys. Okay? Be ready. Anyway, all right, let's go back to this with Jeremy Corbell. Let me find it real quick. And don't forget, I'm going to go back to the Ross thing. I'm going to end on that because that's important. Where is it? Okay, right here.
Nice. So in the history, go ahead.
No, I was gonna make a joke.
Go ahead. I like jokes.
Speaking of weaponized, one of my first questions to you was, has your curiosity been weaponized? I asked the audience for a few questions, and someone said to ask him if his curiosity has been weaponized. I didn't get it until I watched a few interviews.
And my curiosity has been radicalized. Are you kidding me? What I've learned through all of this? Are you kidding me? Yeah, of course, man. So for your audience that doesn't know, I am accused, rightfully so, of saying weaponize your curiosity almost every time I talk. And I make a point of doing it. I think it's hilarious. And I think I like to see people get so upset about it. What does weaponization have anything to do with it? You know, look, your curiosity is your greatest weapon, man. It's what allows you to ask questions, right? If you don't ask questions, you're never going to even get close to the answers. So always make a joke, weaponize your curiosity. Yes, my motherfucking curiosity has been weaponized.
It's important to ask questions, right? That's all I'm doing. So I hope Jeremy doesn't get mad at me like the other guys potentially do. Just asking questions. Weaponize your curiosity, right? I agree with Jeremy. Got to ask questions. There's nothing wrong with that. It would be quite ironic if people say you got to ask questions, right? Investigative journalists like Ross being upset that people want to ask questions of him. That's what he does. That's what this guy does, right? I mean, we need to ask questions and keep asking questions. Again, I don't ever want to have sources. I don't like it. I don't want people to come and tell me things. I don't want any of that. That's not the type of, creator in this movement I'm going to be. I'm going to report on it, but I'm never going to be reporting sort of new information. Someone told me that. I'm never going to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy, right? I'm not going to be holding on to stuff that I can release later and all this stuff and blah, 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 right? The only source that I have, and I wouldn't even call him a source. I guess I did in that video, but the person connected to Lou, and I'm probably never going to say their name. Not because I'm trying to, they've told me stuff that I can't say. I've put out what they said, what they told me. I disguised their voice and everything. But I don't want to be told stuff. I don't want government officials to come to me as this channel grows and this gets bigger. I don't want people to come and tell me things secretly. I can't hold my tongue back. I will want to say it all. I will disclose it all. So just know that if you're watching and you want to give me information, I will release it. Do not tell me. I don't want to be that guy. I'm not looking for that. Let these guys be the guys that get sent videos and this, that, the other. Nope. What I'll do is make a video on what they said and what's going on and dig in. But I don't want to know because I will tell y'all right away. Someone gives me some secrets, I'm blabbing it. Don't tell me anything top secret or classified or whatever, or, whistleblower stuff. I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything that I can't say publicly. I hope I can stay true to that. Please keep me accountable. I mean that. Please keep me accountable to that. Because that will be just a hindrance for me. A weight, a burden I don't want. Because I want real disclosure. I want to know the stuff. I want to be able to report truthfully. And if I got to hold stuff back and then now I'm deciding when to let y'all know and it's not the time to release, that's never going to be me. I don't want that to be me. So anyway, don't tell me stuff. I will release it. Anyway, all right, let's end on Ross Coulthart here. Some other stuff that he said that I found interesting. Let me see here. Okay. Minutes. Here we go, yo.
Thanks, Ross. There's been a couple of
It's a great question, by the way, from this guy.
Go to the timeline of all of this. So December 2017, the New York Times article. Lou Elizondo mentions something that, if you don't have a hobby, get one for 5 years, and then when you come back, all of this will be out.
I tried to look for that, and I cannot find it. So if someone can put a link or something, if they know when that was said, where, that'd be cool to know. But I could not find that, because when was that 5 years? Was that in 2017? Because we're well past that. Or was it just this year? I mean, that would be interesting to know. So anyway.
You got outspoken figures like John Ramirez saying 2027 rings a bell.
We heard from that guy.
Tom DeLonge has been talking about it. Then you've got Diana Pasolka and Jacques Vallée saying something along the lines of, the more you become aware of the phenomenon, the more the phenomenon becomes aware of you.
I don't even know what that means, y'all.
This is in the Passport to Magnolia and also the American Cosmic book. So are you aware of any specific timeline?
There are people who've talked to me about timelines, impending catastrophes, apocalypses, geological upheavals, wars, but they all contradict each other. I've never received determinative corroborative evidence, which is what somebody like me looks for to make a determinative conclusion. I've heard a multitude of dates between 2026 and 2036.
2026 and 2036. That's interesting. Of course, it's 13 years from now, right? Like, anyway, I can appreciate Ross's integrity there, right? To then not definitively say this stuff. He's just answering this guy's questions, guys. So don't run off that Ross Coulthart said this. He's not. He's just answering the guy's question, talking about how it's not, good information. Again, I like Ross. I don't hate him. I guess I shouldn't say I like. I'm neutral. I don't know the guy. I'm neutral with all these people. I don't care to like them or hate them. Neither. I just want the truth. That's it. Good or bad, that's it.
I don't know if any of it's true. One of the hypotheses that a number of people in the intelligence community in the United States have pushed on me very strongly is a future human hypothesis, that part of the phenomenon that we're talking about might actually be future humans. And that I know there's a chap called Michael Masters who's an associate professor in...
Anyway, he goes on to talk about future humans, right? We've heard that. There's just so many theories out there, and they all say, no, this is it. This is it. Everyone claims to know what it is. They all talk over each other, and it can't be everything, y'all, right? It can't all be true, and it can't all be right. Let's go to this part that I thought was interesting. It's just interesting.
Survivors, and frankly, I'm not seeing enough to make me feel that I'm confident that I can say it, which is why I haven't said it. I'm not being declarative here, and if anybody goes away and says Ross Coulthart said, I'll kill them. Because it really is. Part of the problem is I'm only ever as good as my sources.
That's what worries me. Right there. I don't ever want to be that guy. Nothing against Ross. Again, I don't want to be as good as my sources. I want to be as good as me. I only need to rely on me. Right? My heart, my mind. That's why I don't want anybody telling me stuff. I'm not looking for information. Don't give it to me. Secret information, this, that, the other. No, I'll look into it after it's said.
I've been very privileged and in fact quite humbled. I was literally just then.
Privileged and humbled, right? That's, again, nothing against Ross. I don't want to be. I think it's a bit of a red flag. I'm not sure if he notices that, right? Or knows that. He probably thinks that's a good thing, but I don't, right? Because now you feel privileged and humbled. They're giving you this information. You don't even know if it's real, right? It's working. They're saucing you up like it's totally working on you, right? It will make you believe them more, right? They'll butter you up. You'll become friends with them. You should never become friends with your sources, in my opinion.
Scrolling through messages from I still just find it amazing these people talk to me.
I find it amazing that these people talk to me. Listen to that, right? He's drank the Kool-Aid, potentially. I don't know. Is he now compromised in some way? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he could explain it another way. But I would never want to be in that position. You know? It's like, why do they need to go through him to get that information out? Release it themselves. Call a press conference and come out and say this stuff. You know? Like, I would just be so weary if I were him. I wouldn't believe anything. And I won't. I wouldn't believe anything. The only way to protect yourself is to believe nothing and trust no one, you know?
And I feel entrusted with something that is really important. And
see, you start to get this complex potentially that you're important. They've entrusted you. You're privileged. You're honored. You've got this information that no one else has, right? That makes you believe it more. And I just worry about that. I like Ross. I hope he's not being used. But he more than likely is to some extent. And that saddens me. Because, he does seem like a nice, genuine guy that you just want to have a beer with and shoot the shit, you know? But, man, those comments just worry me so much, y'all. I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments.
It's why I keep on looking over my shoulder, waiting for somebody from the legacy media to catch up, because I just can't believe, in light of the absolutely categorical admissions that have been made before the US Congress, put to one side for the moment the speculation about whether Mr. Grusch is or isn't.
Anyway, y'all can watch the rest of this. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to put links to all of this down in the description, and you guys can check it all out yourself and watch the full interviews or whatever. Again, let me know more timelines. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making this one, actually, and I hope, we can get to the truth one day, y'all. One day at a time, right? I got another video coming out tomorrow. I got some great videos this week. I'm going to be doing a video on Tom DeLonge. Okay, Tom DeLonge and TTSA. We're going to do a deep dive on that. And then an interesting topic, profiting off of this topic, right? The UFO community. I've got some interesting thoughts on that, actually, that may upset some of you, but I promise if you let me explain, I don't know, we'll get to the bottom of it. Because people always say, right, you shouldn't profit off of this. I disagree, but with a caveat. And I'll explain that in the video that I make this week. I'm also going to be doing a video on remote viewing. I've done a lot of research on this, and this is very interesting. So this is going to be a deep dive one for sure. And I got a Bob Lazar video. Chris, who recommended that I make the Wilson memo, sent me, hey, man, you need to do something about Bob Lazar. And I've been wanting to do a Bob Lazar video for a long time. So we're going to be doing those videos this week. So again, if you guys have ideas for videos, you want to see covered, you want to see me do a deep dive on, let me know. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video. I'm Patrick with Vetted. As always, remember, every day's a gift. Peace.